but the man whose eyes everybody have been on this week in the garage area, Jeff Gordon, number 24, set a new track record, has blown away the competition. Looked to have the car to beat at Daytona. What about it today, Jeff?
Well, you know, we got to have some kind of comeback from Daytona. It was kind of disappointing. We had such a great run going, and today is a great way to bounce back from that. The car's been running great, has been since we unloaded off the truck, and we were able to come away at the pole, which was kind of a surprise to us. We knew we had a fast car, but we didn't know if we had enough for that track record. And today I feel good. You know, it's you're starting up front here. It's a long day. You need to be there at the end, so we're just going to have to wait to see. That first lap's important, and then wait till the end.
Well, I think he'll be there at the end, but there's a couple of guys on back in the pack may have something to say about it. Randy Pemberton.
They have fired engines, so let's go straight to the starting grid. Jeff Gordon has his 3rd career pole. Ricky Rudd's 2nd straight race. He's been on the front row here. Base car pulls in again. Jeff Gordon and Ricky Rudd, 2 of the very few cars that did not change driver, paint scheme, sponsor, or something this season.
Ernie, is your hand sweating just a little bit?
Yeah, I'm getting ready to start the race. Oh, wait a minute.
Get off that golf cart and let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. I think this is probably the most exciting part of the race, the first lap. It makes your hair stand up on your neck.
All the people will be standing up and excited.
492 laps, Chevy versus Ford on the front row. We're under green.
Ricky Rudd got a good start there. It looks like he's ahead of Jeff Gordon coming off turn 2.
Rudd with the lead, Gordon in 2nd, Jeff Bodine in 3rd. The battle is for 4th, side by side. Brett Bodine will lose that spot.
Woohoo. That's a bad sign for a lot of race cars there. The 24 Jeff Gordon just pulled about 3 car lengths in the center of the corner on the lead car of Ricky Rudd.
Derek Cope up to the 4th spot. Brett Bodine in 5th. Ricky Craven is 6th. Lead battle to turn 3. Not this time.
Jeff looked down, but right now it's a little early to make. Well, here he comes on the bottom side. They're side by side coming off turn 4 down the front straightaway.
Ricky led his lap, and he's going to let Jeff go. Jeff was a little faster right now, so it's a long race to go.
But they've each picked up the 5 points for leading a lap. Todd Bodine.
And you know those tires are flat spotted, so they don't handle quite as well when you have that flat spot on part of that race.
Coming up through the pack.
10 laps have been completed here at the Rock. And Jeff Gordon is holding off Ricky Rudd, who led the first lap. Welcome back to Rockingham, where you see Jeff Gordon's lead from our steel aerial platform. Steelmakers of a full line of outdoor power equipment bring you these helicopter-mounted pictures from Jeff Gordon. If you want to be part of today's telecast, call in with your question. We'll pose it to our experts along pit road and to the crews and teams. 1-800, it's a free call, 451-7331. That number will be in operation all throughout today's telecast, so give us a ring here at TNN, and we'll try to get your question on the air.
Boy, that's a great shot right there from the helicopter.
I tell you, they can't ride much right now because Jeff Gordon is setting such a blistering pace that, I mean, he's already starting to lap cars continuously here, and he's going to be up around that pack.
Yeah, I would agree. Nobody can ride at this stage.
Well, you can't ride. First thing, the spotters up there telling you what Jeff Gordon's doing, and they're telling him he's gaining on them. They better get on it. So these guys are on the move right now.
Sterling's going to be fast in the race, and that's what he was last year, and that's what he is right now. He's coming to the front.
Leader Jeff Gordon on the right side of your screen, coming up into race traffic. That's Robert Presley just ahead in the green Skull, number 33. Kenny Wallace, the TIC Financial, number 81.
This is what Ernie was talking about. These are good race cars that are fixing to go a lap down. That Jeff Gordon is really flying around this racetrack. You lose a lap here. Look how fast this car is. He goes to the outside and passes you going in the corner. That takes a little wind out of your sail.
Oh, it does. And it's only lap 26 right now. So this is in 26 laps. He's already starting to lap cars, and good cars. And there's a lot of good cars just right in front of that pack.
Let's take you back to the race for 6th place. Leader Jeff Gordon pulling down on the spam can, number 9 of Lake Speed.
Yeah, that's him. I tell you, you see this car on the outside passing race cars when they're running the preferred line around the bottom part of this racetrack. That's pure handling ability.
And that's at Rockingham. You got to remember where we're at. I mean, you know, we see guys pass all the time, but here to do it at Rockingham, I mean, this is something to say about the new pavement and Jeff Gordon's race car.
He has a 5.5-second lead.
Jeff Gordon is gaining on those guys. He's going to put those cars a lap down if we don't get a caution.
I tell you, right now, the spotters are telling them, look, the leader's 4 or 5 seconds behind, and, we got to stay on this lead lap because we get a lap down now, that's just going to play hectic for him for the rest of the day.
And look who's coming.
Yep.
Well, I tell you what, Robert Presley's in the pits right now. He's having some problems this early in the race. Not a good sign.
Engine trouble on Presley's car.
Maybe we can time how far St. Dale Jarrett's behind, or actually Jeff Gordon is behind putting Dale Jarrett a lap down. Maybe we can get us a clock on that.
Ernie, I hate to tell you, it's visible. They're in the same straightaway right now. He's coming like a freight train through here. I hadn't seen a car this well hooked this early in a race in a long time. They're all hoping for a caution because this car is really flying up on them.
We'll check it on the watch, but it's less than 4 seconds as Darrell Waltrip makes an early pit stop on the back straightaway. All right, there's the 28 of Jarrett. Here's the race leader, Jeff Gordon.
Right there, he's coming right up. I mean, these are good race cars. These are not people that you would expect to go a lap down. The one thing these guys don't need to do right now with Jeff Gordon coming up like he is, they don't need to race each other. They need to make a pass, get back in line, and run the best line around this racetrack and not give up a lot of time fighting each other.
That's exactly right.
So as the fast cars that qualified out of the top 20 make their way into the top 10, we'll take this break from Rockingham. 48 laps complete in the Goodwrench 500. Speaking of 800 numbers, as Jeff Gordon continues to lap cars going past Randy LaJoie, call in your questions to our telecast toll-free at 1-800-451-7331. One question was about provisional starters. What does it mean when the cars are provisional? Phil from Nebraska wants to know. Well, it means he didn't qualify through time trials. So he takes a car owner's provisional start available to the top 40 car owners in, as of right now, last year's.
And Rusty can get on pit road.
All right, here's our triple split screen with the entire pit road. There you see Earnhardt coming in on the right. Jeff Gordon up top. Ricky Rudd, who came into the pit second, in the middle, and Jeff Bodine, who was third at the time of the caution. And Rudd's going to be first out. Good stop by Billy Engel and the Tide crew. But look at Gordon. Pit position. Pit position. Saved the day right there for Jeff Gordon. Here's Glenn.
Mike, an excellent pit stop for Jeff Gordon and his crew. The only thing unusual, they gave Jeff a couple of ice packs to pack around his neck. It's getting a little warm out there. Dale Earnhardt, routine 4-tire stop, no changes, no adjustments. Also, Derek Cope's crew made the biggest adjustment. He had dropped way back in the field. The car was big.
Now, Joe Nemechek at number 87 is on the tail end of the lead lap. That's why he's starting out in front of Jeff Gordon, Ricky Rudd, and Dale Earnhardt, the first three cars, rather, Rick Mast, the first 3 cars off pit road.
Well, it's pretty easy to see. Nemechek really needs to run like crazy right now to keep him going a lap down. But I think he's in a lot of trouble because that 24 car of Jeff Gordon's is flying around this racetrack.
So does Jimmy Spencer. Smoky Joe's number 23, who may get overhauled right here. Nope, Spencer's going to stay on the tail end of the lead lap.
I'm just fixing to say, Jimmy Spencer's not a piece of cake to pass, is he, Ernie?
No, he's not at all. And, Jimmy's a good racer. He just got to buy his time right now, and Gordon's really working on it.
And number 23 in purple, yellow, and green is Spencer. Here comes Gordon trying to put Spencer back 1 lap down in Travis Carter's machine.
Boy, what a power move. It's been a long time since I've seen race cars as good as Jimmy Spencer to get past on the outside going in the corner.
Especially here at Rockingham. I mean, that's what I keep saying. It's normally you just don't go in very good at Rockingham, but here comes Ricky Rudd on to pass Jimmy Spencer.
And he'll try the bottom instead of the high side.
Right. That would have been my choice going by. And really, he's running a good conservative race. Look at Ricky Rudd showing a little muscle here. He's moved up on Jeff Gordon.
Look at Kyle Petty. He's staying right there with him and trying to get his lap back.
For the lead, Ricky Rudd in the Tide Ford number 10.
Boy, sometimes you change just a little bit on a pit stop. I imagine Gordon made one little tire change, maybe a pound of air here or a pound of air there. He's not hooked up quite as well as he was just before the stop.
No, he's not. It could be just a different set of tires was a little bit different. So, we're going to keep seeing that all day, but obviously his car is real good. Ricky Rudd, he's been good too.
No doubt in my mind, the fastest car on the field right now is Kyle Petty in that Field of Dreams car.
if it's not Rick Mast, who just caught that pack as they battled side by side.
Good eyes, good eyes.
Yeah, look who's right behind that crowd.
But he's doing a good job. But here, Earnhardt just got by Rick Mast and on his way to the front. It took a little more than my 20 laps that I thought he could do it in.
Yeah, you were extremely generous to give him 20 whole laps, Ernie.
Well, you know.
You see the fourth car in the picture right there. That's Earnhardt. He's really on the move right now. He's moving in on the leaders as I speak.
Let's go to the leaders' pit. Here's Glenn.
Well, let's find out. Ray, he doesn't seem to be quite as dominant as he was early on. Have you got him backing off or a different set of tires slowed it down? What's the situation?
Oh, it just got a little bit loose. We're just going to have to try and experiment. We knew we were going to be better at some times than others, but we just got to ride for the end of the day.
Well, you told me earlier on that the biggest thing you had to overcome was your guys beating yourself.
Well, yeah, the only way you can succeed in this business is to pay your dues, and we're only 2 years old, and we got a lot of dues to pay yet.
We got an 800 viewer calling in, wants to know, how is your son doing?
My son's doing great. He's probably terrorizing the people in the camper area right now.
Gordon, the leader. There's Ricky Rudd. Second car in line is second. Earnhardt is third. Rick Mast is now fourth. Give a call to Morgan Shepherd, who's moved up into the fifth position ahead of Jeff Bodine and Bobby Labonte. Underneath turn 4. And you see they have realigned 2 of the top 3 cars after pit stops. NASCAR ruling that Jeff Gordon beat Ricky Rudd out of the pits. Look at how close they were at the stripe at the end of pit road.
3 inches.
If that. So Gordon moves up to second spot behind Earnhardt. Ricky Rudd is third. Rusty Wallace fourth. Fifth is Morgan Shepherd. Sixth, Jeff Bodine.
Last year, and you know, he's a good driver. It's just, man, it's everybody's got to perform today.
Looks like Jeff Gordon's got his car handling well again on the bottom part of the racetrack. He's coming up under Jimmy Hensley down the front straightaway. He's now in second place on the screen there. Right behind him is Ricky Rudd in third place.
Some cars, but we went back to green. 2 of those slower cars got together or something up there. The third guy got crossed up, and he just turned right straight up the racetrack into me, knocked me to the wall, and messed the car up. So it's one of those deals.
Besides being dejected, you okay?
I'll be all right by Wednesday. My neck's a little stiff right now.
Rick Mast out of the race. One of the replay angles showed there might have been a slight bit of contact between his car and that of Greg Sachs, not Jimmy Spencer. Here's the gap he has on Jeff Gordon as they work around Lake Speed.
I was noticing it seems that Jeff Gordon can pull down on Earnhardt until they run into traffic. Earnhardt seems to get through heavy traffic a little bit faster than Gordon does.
I tell you, that could be a lot of experience. You know what I mean? It's something you can't buy, and Dale Earnhardt's got a lot of it. Jeff Gordon's getting a lot of it.
Easy to use and durable steel power equipment. Bringing you these pictures from up above the North Carolina Motor Speedway. Lapping Steve Kinzer, Dale Earnhardt, and Jeff Gordon, who is closing back in.
He's closing in, but he told Dale Jarrett just a little while ago, the guy in the pits told him they're still experiencing a little bit of looseness. If he's running this well with the problem with the handling, Dale might be in trouble later on.
As Jeff Gordon closes in on Dale Earnhardt for the lead. Here at Rockingham, 129 complete. Let's stay with this for the moment. We will get Terry Labonte's comments in just a minute here about pitting on the back straightaway. But let's see first if Jeff Gordon can wrest the lead from Dale Earnhardt.
I tell you, Jeff Gordon's car from the middle of the straightaway to the corner pulls Dale Earnhardt's car by a car and a half. It's amazing how much power he's got.
Ernie, you've run many a mile against the Hendricks race team, and they have a lot of horsepower in these cars, I'll tell you that.
Let's check with Glenn.
Well, guys, I asked Ray Evernham, reported that Jeff had a little bit of a loose condition a while ago. They made a pit stop since then. I asked him what the car was doing now. He said it was still just a little bit loose. And I said, well, Ray, what else do you need to do to it? He says, well, we just need for a couple of hours to pass.
I think he's getting an answer to that right now. Here comes Jeff Gordon up under Earnhardt, getting in the corner. A lot of respect between these two guys. There's one of the old veterans and one of the youngest guys on the racetrack, 23 years old. He's living up to the measure right now, Dale Earnhardt.
I tell you, Earnhardt's car, I think, is even looser than Jeff Gordon's right now. So he's not able to do what he's wanting to do with it. Obviously, he's leading the race, and Ricky Rudd's starting to come back on him. I think it's going to be a 3-car battle here in a little bit.
Now, Earnhardt, one thing he'll do, he'll look in the mirror and see that Jeff Gordon's making a move on the outside or on the inside, and all of a sudden, that's where he wants to run to.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I got a little looser. Yeah.
Yeah. Here comes Gordon on the outside. If he makes this stick, it'll take a little wind out of the 3-car, I promise you that.
He's got it.
And here comes Rudd as well.
Boy, I tell you, that's power. I mean, that's not just power. That's handling right there. He made that move stick on the outside. That's really saying something for the chassis on that race car also.
And you mentioned Terry Labonte, remember New Hampshire last year, Rick?
That aren't here just can't even imagine it. You know, it just sounds really neat. It's like an Indy car racing in a Winston Cup race.
Let's get down to Dale Earnhardt's pit. Here's Glenn.
With crew chief Andy Petrie, and Andy, the car looks like it's off just a little bit. Is it loose?
And Steve Bird. And we do get a caution. You got Gordon and Labonte battling. If Jeff Gordon is the next Dale Earnhardt, as some people say, then I think Bobby Labonte is the next David Pearson. He's a smart heads-up race driver. Doesn't charge to the front, but he's going to be there.
I've talked to Bobby Labonte. He don't talk as fast as Pearson.
Getting set for the restart. Ken Schrader is the leader. Jeff Gordon was second off pit road, and NASCAR adjudge Rusty Wallace beat Dale Earnhardt to the end of the pit lane. And that's how they'll restart.
Kenny Schrader didn't stop then. I guess he figured it, you know, he stopped just a few laps back. Look at Rusty Wallace make the move on Jeff Gordon getting in the corner there. That's kind of a power move, too. I didn't know he could pass Jeff that easy. Well, he didn't.
Rusty Wallace came in here 124 points out of the lead. He's looking for those 5 bonus points for leading the lap.
Well, I tell you what, that's kind of surprising that the 25 car is not moving back in the field there. There's a little contact there between the veteran and the kid there, but you see Jeff Gordon, he's not intimidated by anybody touching.
But Jeff Gordon also only put 2 tires on too. So there again, we're looking at things that is happening all during the day.
Let's find out why Jeff Gordon only got 2 tires, Glenn.
Ray Evernham, we saw you only take on 2 tires. What's the strategy?
We had only run 11 laps of green on those, and we just didn't feel like it was necessary to put them on. We're just trying some combinations again for later in the race. It's going to be a whole different racetrack a couple hours from now.
Yeah, another thing they might be taking into consideration, guys, NASCAR limited the teams to only 10 full sets of tires this week. Now, once they change tires, they can go get some new ones, but going into the race, only 10 sets was all they were allowed to have. They may be trying to conserve a few of those.
And that was to avoid the tire shortage situation that developed in Daytona.
A real good competitor. We got a good battle for the lead, and Jeff Gordon trying to pass his teammate Kenny Schrader, and he did it.
Made it look pretty easy. Maybe the tires are a factor here. Maybe Schrader got a jump there on the restart. But you can see the cars that made the pit stops and took on new tires are coming up now.
Well, let's find out. Glenn?
We're standing by with Ken Howes. And Ken, you elected not to change tires. It looks like you're starting to drop back a little bit now. What was the reason for your decision?
Hard hit for Greg Sachs. Here comes the field back to the flag. The racetrack itself is clear.
By him on the outside and then collected the back of Jimmy Hensley's car. Wrong place, wrong time.
We are back under green. We'll have an update from the Care Center shortly as the lapped cars down on the inside get in and amongst between the race leaders, Jeff Gordon and Bobby Labonte.
I tell you, and one thing we got to bring up is Dale Earnhardt, Rusty Wallace, and quite a few others. They pitted, and they got themselves back into, 15th, 16th spot. So
213 laps. Jeff Gordon, Bobby Labonte, there they are. Morgan Shepherd in 3rd, Terry Labonte in 4th, and then that big pack of cars led by Dale Earnhardt.
They had to bring him back in. Jeff Gordon, meanwhile, took on 4 tires. They did make a chassis adjustment. They adjusted the panhard bar. Didn't mess with the jack screws. Adjusted the panhard bar. Maybe Ernie can tell us what they were after.
Well, I can tell you the panhard bar right now is adjustable, and you can actually do it just like a weight jack bolt, and you can put 2 or 3 rounds in that panhard bar, and you'll lower it on the right-hand side, which is probably what they were loose, so they're probably going to lower the panhard bar on the right side.
Randy?
Hey, one other reason that I can add to Ernie here, talking about pitting on the backstretch as they get ready to go green, you know, a lot of times these cars back here get a lap down. They don't qualify as well. Sometimes they don't run as well. It's a lot cleaner. The crew can get a good look at you coming in as we get ready to go green, and that's one of the reasons Terry Labonte can slip in and slip out nice and easy.
We're back under green.
Well, I'm sure Rick Hendricks must be saying, let's don't have the same thing happen. All three of his cars last race here had a chance to win. They all were collected in wrecks or either had engine trouble. Right now, they're first and second in the field. You see Terry Labonte leading, right behind him, Jeff Gordon. I know he's saying there were three, now there is two.
And I think the 18 car is Rick Hendricks' motor.
I believe you're right. And that's Bobby Labonte.
Right.
Who is third.
Yeah, I wouldn't count Bobby Labonte out of this thing. He's showing a lot of muscle. I think maybe the fastest car out there other than the 24 Jeff Gordon. These two guys, both of them very young, but they are very aggressive.
Well, Gordon flies past Terry Labonte into the lead. Now Bobby Labonte guns for second, and Bobby Hamilton in the STP number 43, who is 2 laps down, fighting with Labonte now.
And running off the good.
There's the lead battle. Two of the young guns of NASCAR racing. Here's Glenn in the pits.
And here they come now, guys. When Jeff Gordon's pit, they're going with another 4-tire change. Here comes Earnhardt. I'm down from some Grand National crews from yesterday. 4-tire changes all around.
Here are your lap leaders of the race so far. You see Jeff Gordon has been out front a bunch.
Well, we've had a change for second place right now. Jeff Gordon's in second. He passed Morgan Shepherd just a second ago, and here comes Rusty. Just as you see coming in the picture here, he's racing Bill Elliott for fourth place right now.
They're second and third. Gordon in 24, Shepherd in 21. And just back of them, there's the back. 280 laps complete at Rockingham. Jeff Gordon drove underneath Bobby Labonte to take the lead, and Morgan Shepherd has sustained engine trouble, it appears, in the Wood Brothers Sitco number 21, and has dropped way off the pace. Joe Nemechek makes a pit stop under green, as Jeff Gordon is now the race leader.
Well, Mike, this time in the race, you start seeing valves getting in trouble. You know, you drop a valve and you get off, you know, a little bit, and too bad for Morgan. What a great run he had put in today.
Let's go down and check in the pits of the second place car. Here's Randy.
Jimmy Maycar talking to Bobby Labonte. Jimmy leading for quite a while there, had a good run going out front. Now he's dropped back to second. Why?
Well, the car's just a little bit loose right now. We ran a little ways. We've been working with it all race long, working on tight, loose, trying to figure out what it might take. He's just really riding right now, not trying to do anything funny. It's a long race. We just got to sit around here and be here at the end. So we'll keep working on it for him as he tells us what he needs, and hopefully we'll be right at the end of the race.
Let's check the...
Okay, down at this end, Randy, we've got Earnhardt and Jeff Gordon. They're pitted side by side. Again, 4-tire changes. No tire shortages yet. Good pit stop for Jeff Gordon. He barely beats Bobby Labonte to the line.
Let's get at it. Jeff Gordon is back out front. Bobby Labonte is second. Ricky Rudd is third. Bill Elliott is fourth. And Rusty Wallace fifth on this restart. Then it's Dale Earnhardt, Sterling Marlin, Mark Martin, Terry Labonte, Derek Cope is 10th. Back in 11th, the 8th car, that's Jeff Burton and Steve Grissom, Dale Jarrett, Kyle Petty. Morgan Shepherd is still on the lead lap, and so is the rookie Ricky Craven. Those 16 cars are on the lead lap. Back under green, lap 290.
Boy, oh boy, you can put both those drivers right there together, and they hardly make my age.
Wow. I don't think I'd admit that, buddy.
Well, like I told you yesterday, all you got to do is keep breathing. You'll know what it's like.
Boy, Gordon's car is tough off the bottom of the racetrack. What forward bite he gets off of turn 2 there.
Yeah, if I got to have some place where my car really works a straightaway, I'll take that because that's in a straight line. But you still have to get through the corners. The car is working well all the way around the racetrack.
Long here. Here's your leader, Jeff Gordon. The DuPont finishes Chevrolet, owned by Rick Hendrick. Team run by Ray Evernham. 2 wins in 1994. And he leads Bobby Labonte, Ricky Rudd, Rusty Wallace, and Bill Elliott. We'll be right back. Jeff Gordon lapping past Joe Nemechek has now completed 311 laps around the Rock. 492 make up today's race. Pulling up on the Terramite construction, number 71 of Dave Marcus. Here's your leader, Jeff Gordon, as he moves around the Pennzoil Pontiac of Michael Waltrip. 320 laps are complete at the Rock.
They're the young guns of racing. And on their Sunday afternoon showdown, these next generation superstars start with the next generation die-hard battery. The longest lasting die-hard ever. The same die-hard you can buy at Sears. Don't trust your Sunday drives to anything less.
Trucks and Tractor Power returns next week. It's its regular time, 3 o'clock Eastern, next Sunday here on TNN. Second in the Busch Series points. Jeff Gordon. He and the other Chevrolets have dominated this race. I think the Fords have led a total of 10 laps today.
That's Brett Bodine going by there with new colors for Lowe's.
Steve Grissom, Dale Jarrett, Jeff Burton, Kyle Petty. 14 cars on the lead lap.
I tell you, Jeff Gordon is just has a dominant race car today, and you know, it's a lot like Chad Little from yesterday. I mean, he just annihilated the field yesterday. And Mark Martin said, man, he said, I normally have that car, and he said, I had that car again, but Chad Little was there.
You know, the one thing about this, though, you're looking at this race car, go around there and you say, boy, is that car perfect. You know what erases all this right now? One pit stop, one yellow flag. You come in, get one set of tires, and maybe put 1 pound of air pressure too much in the right front, and you're the guy that's getting beat.
Yep.
Changes quickly. Jeff Gordon has led 205 of the 334 laps so far today. Now let's show you the distance from Gordon back to the second place car as he moves up to put Kyle Petty a lap down. Here's Bobby Labonte. The Interstate Batteries Chevy. That's the gap from first to second.
And Bobby's car does not look that bad, but Jeff Gordon is just getting around this racetrack phenomenally right now, and there's nothing Bobby can do about it. He's running as well as he can.
At this stage in the race, Gordon clearly has the superior car. 343 laps complete here. Jeff Gordon, your leader. Moving past Steve Kinzer, Gordon, Bobby Labonte, and Ricky Rudd. In the pits of that 24 car is Glenn Jarrett.
We're going to try to get a word with Ray Evernham. We have a report that the car is running a little hot. Ray, we hear it's running just a little hot. How hot is it?
Right now, the paper that was on the grill blew off, and it cooled back down, so we're in pretty good shape. We're going to maybe pit as normal, lap 270, 280, or 370, 380, something like that.
Okay, that answers our questions.
So they intend to run 90 to 100 laps on a tank of fuel. They have not had a full green flag run yet today.
I just wonder how many hot dog wrappers have took.
Jeff Gordon continues to whistle around this speedway.
With Derek Cope, he just went by in the corner there on the outside.
Yep, Cope was on the lead lap.
When they said this car was running hot, I thought they meant fast, and it is running hot in that respect. That is a very fast race car.
Behind. And we'll go back up front where Jeff Gordon puts lap 356 on the board. Darrell Walker. Look at Jeff Gordon trying to lap past Ward Burton from our steel aerial platform. Steel outdoor power equipment.
Boy, he's having a time getting by Burton. They've been fighting for about 3 or 4 laps there. He's finally got under him and making the pass there. Well, trying to make the pass. One thing you don't like to do is give up laps. Everybody says, well, why is he racing this guy and him lapping him over like that? But you still got to race hard. You don't want to get any more laps. Whoop.
No, and Ward Burton just got 4 new tires.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have to race your own race. You don't just pull over and play dead every time the leader gets near you. That's Bill Elliott fixing to go a lap down. Not long ago, he was chasing the 24, some second and a half behind. Now he's really losing a lot of ground. I would say he'd probably come in the pits pretty quick here and make his green flag stop.
And Bobby Labonte is catching Jeff Gordon. Let's go to Glenn.
Well, guys, as the strategy unfolds here, it looks like they're going to have to make green flag stops. Mark Martin has already made his stop for tires and fuel. As you said, Jeff Burton has made his. Terry Labonte should be coming down pit road anytime. That changes what they're going to be able to do to the cars. They don't have time to make very many chassis adjustments. They have to do it mostly with air pressure in the tires. Rusty Wallace is radioed in. He wants an adjustment on the right rear and to reduce the air pressure in the left side. Same for Kyle Petty. So they're all searching for the things that they can do under green flag stops that won't keep them in the pit. It won't cost them very much time on the racetrack. There's not a whole lot they can do, though. Right now, that 24 car and the 18 car seem to be the class of the field. It'll be interesting to see just exactly how much they're able to change the cars with those minute changes in air pressure.
Bobby Labonte is now close to less than 3 seconds behind Jeff Gordon. But part of that is because Jeff Gordon has had to work race traffic. He just put a lap on Steve Grissom and on Bill Elliott.
Well, I tell you, he's really coming through there right now. But, boy, you know, he's doing a lot of things with that big a lead right now. He's really charging hard through these lap cars. He's got to be careful not to make or give this race away.
Well, definitely. You know, that's part of it. And, you know, Jeff's a good driver, and I'm sure that his crew's telling him that, you know, he's got a certain amount of a lead, and you know, take it easy on the traffic and make sure that you got something left to race him at the end.
Derek Cope makes a stop in the straight arrow Ford for tires and fuel.
I think most everybody's starting to do their pits. I noticed Bill Elliott's in the pits, and Dale Jarrett's going to get ready.
And Jeff Gordon is now one of just 3 cars left on the lead lap. He hasn't passed everyone on the racetrack, but everyone else has made pit stops except Gordon, Bobby Labonte, and Earnhardt.
Mike,
a round of green flag pit stops, and here is the leader.
Gordon down pit road.
45 miles an hour.
There comes Bobby Labonte, too.
Will Earnhardt follow them in?
I would say he'd be in pretty quick here.
Here's Randy.
He's down and away. Right, Garrett, what's he going on up there?
Well, Jeff Gordon has brought it in, Randy, also for 4 tires. But 2 things they have to do late in the race. Number 1, they gave the grill a good cleaning. 21.2 seconds for Gordon. Also, they cleaned the windshield. The glare is getting real bad going into turn 1 down here.
Jeff Gordon hasn't really closed that much, but he's about 8 or 10 car lengths back. So Bobby cannot make a mistake right now because Jeff Gordon's on his way.
And they cannot go the distance on fuel and tires. There will be at least one more stop. Jeff Gordon is second. Ricky Rudd is third. Fourth is Dale Earnhardt. Mark Martin now the 5th place car, and Rusty Wallace is back in the race. There's Terry Labonte.
He's off the speed right now. Here comes Gordon on the inside trying to take the lead away from Bobby Labonte.
I tell you, those two have battled a lot, you know, in the Busch Grand National ranks, and it's good to see that Busch Grand National ranks are actually coming up and actually being some of the real contenders in Winston Cup.
Well, I can remember, you can look in the mirror and you could see these guys that you were beating pretty regular, and all of a sudden they were up there and you were the one trying to catch them. Changing the guard is not always popular, but it happens.
Just 35 laps ago, Jeff Gordon was nearly 3 seconds back of Bobby Labonte, so he has really run him down.
Well, Jeff's just got a good rhythm right now, and he's not making any mistakes, and he's driving as hard as he possibly can. Bobby Labonte's getting around the racetrack well, but he's not quite as well as Jeff Gordon is.
You know, I wonder if Mark Martin took on 2 tires on his pit stop, because he actually come out ahead of them, and I thought Mark had actually got a lap down before he actually pitted.
He did. He was lapped before he pitted.
Lapped. He did.
He was just lapped. And he and Dale Jarrett have both been climbing the racetrack these last few laps.
Well, Dale Jarrett got up there and almost took a piece of that wall just a second ago. He went a little bit high and got in the loose stuff on the top part. The dust flew, and we all kind of held our breath, but he was able to keep it off the wall.
So Jeff Gordon leads Bobby Labonte by just that much. 412 laps complete, 80 to go here at The Rock at TNN's first Winston Cup telecast of 1995. We'll be right back. Jeff Gordon continues to lead. Mark Martin has made an unscheduled pit stop after going a lap down to Gordon. He came back in. Martin had pitted 56 laps ago. Got right side tires, fuel, and clean windshield. He can go the distance from here. Here's Ricky Craven, the Kodiak Chevy, on pit road at lap 419. Randy LaJoie with crash damage. Gordon moves on by. Now the fall race in October here will be 400 miles.
Thank you.
The AC Delco 400. If this race had been 400 miles, of course, the new point, Bobby Labonte would have taken the checkered flag. We go the 500-mile distance. Jeff Gordon leading Bobby Labonte, Ricky Rudd, Dale Earnhardt, and Steve Grissom is now the 5th place car.
You see Jeff Gordon having to dive low there to miss a lapped-over car.
Yeah, that was Jeff Burton, who was just in the pits 2 laps ago and is very slow coming around the racetrack. Gordon right behind Derek Cope and overlapping Joe Nemechek. A position, he is still the 2nd place car.
That shows a lot of class, boy. If you're going to spin, do it and don't lose a position. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, that will leave the timing of the caution flag will leave just 4 cars on the lead lap. Glenn?
Mike, I'm going to speculate. There are a couple of cars out there that have had some problems that are putting fluid on the racetrack, and I can see it as they're going into turn 1 here, and I'm sure it's doing the same thing going into turn 3. I've seen a couple of cars slip and slide after those cars go by. Down here in the pits, Jeff Gordon has brought the DuPont Chevrolet in for 4 tires and fuel. Also, Dale Earnhardt has just pulled up. We were talking earlier a while ago that there might have been a little bit of tire shortage. Nobody has any problems right now, and here comes Bobby Labonte down pit road. Looks like he'll stay in 2nd.
That he will. And either Ricky Rudd or Dale Earnhardt will be 3rd coming out of the pits. It will be Earnhardt. Those are the only cars on the lead lap at the moment. Green flag at lap 439 to begin lap 439. 54 laps to go.
Okay, Earnhardt's been in. I'm sure they made some adjustments on him. He's running in 3rd place right now. The 2 young men right in front of him have run 1st and 2nd for so long now. But he's got to turn the wick up, I'll tell you that, to get by these boys.
Bill Elliott is 3 laps down. Bobby Labonte sweeping high, and Earnhardt right in his tire tracks, and so is Ricky Rudd, the outside pole sitter.
Can never count Ricky out because he is a great race car driver, but I don't think he's fast enough to give those guys a real fight today.
So far, it's been a Chevrolet day. Rudd is in a Ford.
Yeah, I tell you, Ricky just hasn't showed the speed, but I'm not going to count him out because there's still a few laps left, and I think that now it's time to show his stuff.
I think we're seeing it. Look at Jeff Gordon pull away, and look at Bobby Labonte distance Earnhardt just a bit.
Yeah, and everybody got a little respite there too. The caution was just about long enough to kind of let you kind of get it, adjust you back in the seat, get a little more comfortable, and now it's just going to be the guy that wants it the most.
And has the best horse.
A lot of times it's not the horse, though. It's kind of like the arrow. You don't blame the arrow. It's the Indian a lot of times,
It didn't take long for the front 3 to settle out here. 1 lap down, you have Steve Grissom battling Dale Jarrett. And 2 laps back, you have Mark Martin fighting with Sterling Marlin. Driver is with the Napa Field standing update. Napa, we keep America running. Coming back to Jeff Gordon.
Looks to me like he has pulled back just a little bit. He's been very strong on new tires, and as the run goes along, Jeff has been able to make a move on him. But right now, it looks like Bobby Labonte's moving in on Jeff Gordon.
Got to remember, Bobby Labonte also just got done spinning out, so he was going to be a little easy on himself.
Less than 50 laps to go. We'll see how this one sorts out when we come back. Your race leaders are now nose to tail in traffic. Bobby Labonte has caught Jeff Gordon. 41 laps to go.
Bobby is driving the wheels off this car right now. He's going in the corner hard as he has all day long. I don't think he run this hard in the first part of the race. And Jeff Gordon, of course, is getting around quite well, too.
Rusty Wallace was black flagged. The hood is up on the Miller Genuine Draft Ford. And Wallace will fall out of the top 20.
I wonder if Hendricks is sitting over there. Maybe I shouldn't have built this motor quite this good for the second place car. But no, that's one thing about Rick Hendricks. If you buy something from him, it's as good as he's got. Believe you me.
And a tip of the hat to Randy Dort, head of Hendrick Engines. They power both these cars. Now, if Gordon wins, he's eligible for a $91,000 bonus available only to the pole winner. If you win from the pole, Unocal puts that up. It's worth $7,600 each race, and it adds like a skins game kind of bonus. It ratchets up $7,600 each week until somebody wins it. Now it's worth over 90 grand.
Well, that'd be worth 4/10 to me. I can tell you that right now.
Now, if Bobby Labonte wins, of course, he's already spun. If he goes on to win, not the first time that's happened here either.
No, you remember Richard Petty did that in 1970 and come back and won by 3 laps. So it's happened before.
It's a spin and win game, right?
In the World 600 at Charlotte in 1973, Buddy Baker spun driving the K&K Dodge and came back to win.
Oh, I had them all day.
You didn't even remember that, buddy.
Boy, these front 2 cars have moved away from Earnhardt. They're about almost a half a turn in front right now.
Well, tell me again about experience. Here's 23-year-old Jeff Gordon leading 30-year-old Bobby Labonte. We're all those experienced guys.
Well, experience, you know, sometimes youth and just enthusiasm puts them up there. But these boys are good race car drivers. They're winners, past champions and everything else in all kind of divisions. It's not like when you go to a Winston Cup race, the last place man is probably a state champion somewhere.
True. Experience, by the way, is sitting in 3rd place. 7-time champion Dale Earnhardt and Ricky Rudd, who was Rookie of the Year back in 1977, sitting in 4th. By the way, Opryland USA, the parent company of the Nashville Network, is proud to announce that Opryland has been selected as the official destination of NASCAR. Prompted one driver to say, when I win the Daytona 500, I'm not going to Mouseland, I'm going to Opryland.
Man, do you love Nashville or what? That's a great town.
Yeah, I do. Jeff Gordon, Bobby Labonte, Dale Earnhardt, and Ricky Rudd. We'll be right back. There are the leaders. Around the 24-degree banking of the Rock and into the front straightaway. Jeff Gordon and Bobby Labonte.
Bobby made a run just a second ago and got up about 3 or 4 car lengths behind Jeff Gordon. And it's like Jeff looked in the mirror and said, see you in a minute.
Looks like youth and enthusiasm may prevail over experience and treachery today.
Well, I tell you, you can look at the 24 car of Jeff Gordon and see why he's running as well as he is. He can pass outside, inside. The car is really working well. And Ray Evernham and all these guys that work on the 24 car are just really a great team. I know that they got a lot of heat in Daytona when the jack slipped and crushed the front fender on the car. But those things happen with race teams. You see how well they come back from it.
Well, the select panel has voted the Mechanic of the Race Award, brought to you by Western Auto. Let's go to the pits.
Building new cars, a new shop, new driver. To come out of the box and run this strong, it just makes me really proud of him.
Can you win this thing?
I think so. I really do. I don't know how much the 24 has got left. I think Bobby's got a little left. We'll just have to wait and see. It's going to be a heck of a race.
Well, Jeff Gordon just got a big break in traffic as Bobby Labonte got squeezed in by a lapped car.
Oh, he was up side by side and got pushed up by a lap over car there, but Bobby Labonte was there and just got cut off.
And he's back.
So
he closed that distance back in.
Well, they said they had something left, and it looks like it.
What do you think, Ernie?
I don't know. I hope he has something left just to have a good race, but you know, I find it hard to believe that you're just sitting there riding. So I could never do that.
I'm with you, pal. They'd be changing the fluids in that steering linkage right now on me.
Let's go to Glenn.
Well, let's see what Ray Evernham has to say about that. Ray, can you hold him off?
Well, I'm driving as hard as I can from up here. I don't know. I think so. The 18's got an awful good car. You know, hats off to those guys. But, you know, my money's on Jeff.
You got anything left if you need it?
I can't hear you.
Do you have anything left if you need it?
A little bit.
Truth or consequences coming up here on TNN, perhaps right after this commercial break. We're under 25 laps to go here. Jeff Gordon trying to hold off Bobby Labonte, Dale Earnhardt, and Ricky Rudd, 3rd and 4th. And a great battle between Steve Grissom and Dale Jarrett. That's going on 1 lap down for the 5th spot. We'll pick those up when we come back to Rockingham right after this. Inside of 20 laps to go. I'm Mike Joy with Ernie Irvan and Buddy Baker. Glenn Jarrett and Randy Pemberton in the pits for TNN. And what a battle we have had when we went to break. It seems to be. Now, Jeff Gordon will get back into race traffic, see how he deals with it, and if Bobby Labonte will have another opportunity to close on Jeff Gordon.
Well, these cars are fighting for position, even though they're several laps back right now. And when Jeff gets in there, he hopes he catches it clean, as he did right there on Jeremy Mayfield when he makes the pass going in the corner.
Here's Randy.
Rusty Wallace has retired the Miller Genuine Draft 4. Tough break, a tough way to start the season. 2 DNFs, not what you wanted.
No, we're way behind. It's unbelievable. But the same thing happened as happened last year. It's had a suffer from overheating problem. There's some type of internal problem in the engines for the last 4 or 5 races, and we thought it was the grills and the radiators, but it's not that. There's something in the engine. So the boys are going to have to find it before Richmond next weekend. It's been plaguing us like crazy. We can't get rid of it, but we'll find it.
Teams such as this, do you get any support from Ford to help find something like that, or does that come from the team?
No, we'll call in all the support all we can from Ford, because there's something here wrong that we don't know what is. And we had a good 3rd, 4th place car today. The Chevrolets, man, they're really flying. So we'll just see what happens. We'll go to Richmond and take it from there.
And that's the attitude of a champion race driver. We'll get them next week.
You have to have that. You can't just give up because you get beat one week.
10 laps to go.
Jeff Gordon has been flawless up to now, but look how close Bobby Labonte is. Any little slip on the racetrack, and they're side by side again, fighting it out for the win.
By the way, Rusty Wallace and Bobby Hamilton got together, discussed last week's incident. Our understanding is that Wallace apologized for his remarks made in the heat of battle. Video showed that the 2 cars got together coming to the caution flag. And both drivers agree we'll leave that at Daytona, go on and run as best we can. I hope nothing like that happens again.
That's what you do, because a lot worse than that will happen before the end of the year with a lot of other people. So you can't make one thing, upset your whole year.
No. Jeff Gordon is 9 laps away from what would be his 3rd Winston Cup victory. 2 last year, Charlotte and Indianapolis.
Impressive wins. The man sitting right beside him, he was fighting with him at Indianapolis for the win and had a flat tire. So anything can happen this close to the end of the race.
For sure, it was 5 to go when we had a flat at Indy. So we don't wish bad luck on anybody, but you just got to always remember the race doesn't end until the checkered flag drops.
This car still it's running a little higher on the racetrack, but still looks as good as it did at the start of the day.
Yeah,
as far as not varying his line or anything, there's his wife, Brooke.
I guess. Boy, you talk about a future. Both of them have a great future. I mean, with Jeff Gordon, he's 23 years old, and he's already won several times, and it looks like he's on his way to another win here.
Bobby Labonte in 2nd. Dale Earnhardt at 43 years old in 3rd, and Ricky Rudd, who is 38, in 4th.
I just seen that 24 car twitch quite a bit in the middle part of that corner there, like it might be getting a little bit loose. That could have something to do with this thing. I'm not trying to build anything, but he is getting just a bit loose.
And if you actually go back to the year before, last year, Dale's runs at the last 10 or 12 races, I think you could figure out how many top 5s there was.
White flag for Jeff Gordon. 1 lap away from his 3rd career victory in Winston Cup racing. And the 39th win for Hendrick Motorsports.
Textbook win. If you want to know how to win at Rockingham, just watch this 24 car and go back and study what he did all day. That car does not have a mark on it from running into anybody. He's just been very quick.
For the win, Jeff Gordon, career victory number 3. Bobby Labonte, best career finish. 2nd place today. 3rd will be Earnhardt.
When the net blowing there.
Boy, the youth movement is alive and well in Winston Cup racing. It'll be Jeff Gordon going to victory lane. We'll meet him there when we come back. Donald Thomas was 20 years old when he won at Lakewood Speedway in Atlanta in 1952. Fireball Roberts was 21 when he won at Hillsborough, North Carolina in 1950 for his first win. Bobby Hillen won at age 22. At Talladega last year at age 22. This man first went to victory lane. Today, win number 3 for Jeff Gordon. Here's Glenn Jarrett, victory lane.
Jeff Gordon is just now unbuckling, got a cold bottle of water there. Jeff, what a great run. That car was awesome.
Oh, man, it sure was. I tell you, unbelievable day for the DuPont Chevrolet. The new Monte Carlo is an awesome car. And, you know, I never thought we'd have them like we did today. And we had some downfalls. I mean, we had to work real hard. This is a long race. God, I mean, I'm worn out. Halfway through, I was like, God, my muscles are hurting already. But I tell you what, this one's for Brooke. Today's our 3rd month anniversary of being married. So that Unical bonus we might get us to pool. This is awesome. Awesome day.
Well, now you can tell that young man, even though he's only been married 3 months, he knows the right things to say. Jeff, one more question before you get out. The car was so good, it looked like at times there that you couldn't back off even if you wanted to. I mean, you look like you got a pace going, a rhythm going, that the car just worked so well, you didn't really have to slow down much.
Well, I tell you, the car was awesome in 1 and 2. I mean, we just had him killed in 1 and 2. Bobby, I tell you, my hat's off to Bobby Labonte. He drove a heck of a race. I'm happy for him because he finished second. I think that's his best ever Winston Cup finish. So, you know, he had us beat a little bit down 3 and 4 until we got on old tires. On new tires, I did not want a caution. If we would have had a caution at the end, we would have had our hands full. But, man, the longer we ran green, the better that thing was. And we had to work on it. Wasn't that you know, perfect at the beginning. Came to us, track came to us. Ray Evernham, that crew chief, and those Rainbow Warriors, man, they did a heck of a job.
They all did a heck of a job. Jeff Gordon ready to get out of here and do a little celebrating. Randy Pemberton?
Bob, you know, Jeff did a great job today. His car was really awesome. And
Miller Genuine Draft and Miller Genuine Draft Light taking the country by storm present the Pit Crew of the Race Award. Glenn?
And right back here in victory lane, Mike, Ray Evernham last week, the clouds were on the Rainbow Warriors. This week, the sunshine returned. You found the pot of gold. What a rebound. We're proud to present you with the Miller Genuine Draft Pit Crew of the Race Award.
Well, thank you very much. It makes me really proud of my guys to accept this because that's my son, Ray J. He's pretty proud of them, too. But it makes me really proud. They came back from a deal last week, and it kind of hurt us, but Jeff kind of pulled us through and kept up the momentum. And he came here and drove his butt off, and the guys put a good car under him. We're really happy.
Well, congratulations again. I'm going to get out of the way. Ray J wants to talk to his dad. Randy?
Hey, we ran into debt.
And Jeff Gordon comes from 22nd to 7th in the points. A little early to start talking about points. Not too early to start thinking about them.
I tell you, this is with the championship hunt starts right now. I mean, it was real important at Daytona, but now we're going to find out what guys are made of. And, you know, I know that all the Hendricks teams are real strong, and Jeff Gordon's probably going to be the one that's leading the Hendricks team. But
we'll be right back to Rockingham after this.
Biggest thing we've seen, a bunch of new people up there. Jeff Gordon up front all day.
Where Jeff Gordon has just won his 3rd Winston Cup career race.
Along the great day here at The Rock for Buddy Baker, Ernie Irvin, Randy Pemberton, and Glenn Jarrett. I'm Mike Joy, congratulating Jeff Gordon on his 3rd career Winston Cup victory in today's Goodwrench 500. So long, everybody. We'll see you next Saturday at Richmond, Virginia.